is NAB Show Live.
I'm Ryan Salazar with NAB Show Live. We have Abe and we have Tomer from TAG V.S. How you doing?
Ryan, how are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. And good to see you as well, sir.
Thank you.
So let's talk about TAG V.S., who you guys are, how you got started, and what you provide.
So we started by understanding that there is a lack of functionality in the Multiviewer, okay? Because some guys did the Multiviewer, didn't care at all about the alerts and the probes, and some of the other guys did the probes and couldn't take care of the video, so we blend them both for one product, and it's all IP and it's software. And now that the industry is becoming more and more interested by the IP technology and software only, and definitely, especially the off-the-shelf hardware, so we are in the right place at the right time.
All right, so as a studio engineer and a facility owner, technology is a big thing for me. Specifically multi-viewers in my facility. You have to have a multi-viewer to monitor things properly. But now in what you guys are doing, let's talk about the features that you have, the feature set. You've got security things in place to monitor, to stop like losing viewership and whatnot. Let's talk about that.
So it's like a Swiss Army knife for multiviewers. So one of the advantages of the product is that it can handle any kind of content over IP. So it could be OTT content, HLS, MPEG dash, it could be transport streams, and it could be also uncompressed 2022-6 and 2110, all combined on the same system. So you can watch on the same screen, side by side, your production cameras and the end of the chain, the video coming back from the CDN after all of the production parts on the way. We also can integrate it with the scrambling functionalities like Verimetrics, so it enables you also to monitor scrambled content of the CDN, which is also a unique functionality.
All right, so you just mentioned multiple formats. A few moments ago we were looking at the screen and I noticed that I saw a PAL signal up there. I saw 5994 up on the screen. We had all these different frame rates going on, different formats, different codecs happening, MPEG dash and H.264 on the same display. That's pretty cool the way you guys have the ability to display multiple formats at the same time.
Yes, definitely. I'm completely, just to emphasize even more what Tomer said about the Swiss knife, we also changed the industry by saying it's no more I use that format, you use that format, because we understood the need of a broadcaster today to deal also with the traditional transport stream they have, but at the same time they need also solutions for the OTT and definitely the uncompressed, and everything can be combined at the same thing, which brings me also to add that the way we work today, we're finally able to provide the 5 main values of TAG, which is software only, IP, software only, off-the-shelf hardware, virtualized, and cloud. So in terms of functionalities and platform, we can definitely, or frankly, we can say that we can provide any type of solution and platform. Of course, there are differences inside the project because each customer is asking and is more curious about specific elements in his project, but in terms of platform, of what the world is looking for, we are able to provide.
All right, so you know it's the Wild West out there with all the formats going on, and so it is quite exciting that we can do this. Let's talk about how we get signals into the system, because it's IP based, but it's also SDI, so it's a hybrid, right?
No, it's only IP solution.
Okay.
You know, the market is now converting from SDI to IP. Same as a few years ago we moved from ASI to IP, and suddenly there's no ASI anymore, and we're in the same place with SDI now. So everything is still SDI now, but we are moving, and I think that in a few years from now it will be only IP. So our system, since it's a software solution based on regular servers, it's supporting only IP. You can use gateways from other vendors in order to convert from SDI back to IP and start working in IP. So those solutions already are on the market in a quite reasonable pricing, so it's not really too expensive. And moving to IP gives you the flexibility of start using data center IP infrastructure, which is a lot cheaper. And you have the flexibility of the fibers and the remote locations that you can handle, because SDI is limited by length and fibers are not really limited, not by length and not by the bandwidth. So you get all the new features to your old broadcasting environment.
Well, it's great that that at least you have that, you could make that connection between SDI and IP during the transition, because every facility has to make a transition,
Absolutely.
right?
I just wanted to add another thing that, as Tomer said, that for us it's obvious, but if you don't mention it, so people might be confused. I always said that a system of tag with 10 channels, or 1,000 channels, or 3,000 channels, it's the same exact system. So in terms of scalability, the discussion, as we mentioned in earlier preview, is no more how many inputs do you have and how many tiles you can see. It's what do you need. Because once you're starting, like Tomer mentioned, using IP and software, you get much for flexibility. And that flexibility provides you also scalability. So it's the market need to understand that today when we speak about IP software only, it's the numbers are no more issue. It's just how many gear, off-the-shelf gear you need to add, how many licenses you need to purchase, and that's all.
So that's an interesting point. So I'm really curious then. The upper side of, you could really have like 1,000 inputs.
Yes, of course. We have Deutsche Telekom using 1,000 channels. Other American companies, which I will not mention their name, using over 3,500 channels. And again, it's really because this is what they need. At the old days, they had hardware solutions that were always a constraint and limiting some of the workflow operation. For now, if they have a new, let's say, a contract with a sport institute and a transmission institute, and they just need another 500 channels, so they're just purchasing 1 or 2 servers, they're asking for more license, and after 5 minutes, you're on air by multi-viewing and monitoring your content.
All right, well, Abe and Tomer, thank you so much for being with us today. Real quick, if somebody wants to get a hold of TAG V.S. or find you, where do they find you at?
So the best way to find us, it's by contacting via our website, tagvs.com, and we are welcome to answer any question.
All right, TAG V.S. again, Tomer and Abe, I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you.